Alright. What is going on, everybody? I think I have everything set up. Should be good to go. Alright. Here we go. Should be starting here very soon, momentarily. Off we go. Alright. Cool. Welcome in, everybody. I will get the prediction set up going. Do 15 minutes on the prediction. There we go. Okay. Got that going. Should probably join the commentators channel. There we go. So I show up on screen. Okay, much better. There we go. Had to pull up the stream dashboard there. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. We have another round 2 match going on. This is second restream today. We'll have a third one later tonight as well, starting in about 3 hours from now. But this match is between Moonrise and Thimerosal. I'll pull up the bracket really quick. I believe Moonrise is the 4th seed. This is a second round match. Thimerosal won their first match against Blue Delta. I believe that was like the first match of the tournament. But advanced to play Moonrise. Thimerosal's the 13th seed. Moonrise is the 4th seed, so should be a fun match today. I believe Moonrise recently just got a PB of 120.50, which is a very good time in Pit. So I'm excited to see what plays out today. I believe Thimerosal's PB is a 129.33, at least according to their splits. Moonrise has been on Thimerosal. Yeah, if we might have some rigged channel points action going on today. We'll see. What is more worth it, advancing in the tournament or getting like 3,000 SPM channel points, SPM community channel points? What is more worth it to you? I have a special guest next to me. I don't know where to put this on the layout, but hopefully this doesn't mess anything up. Okay, I can do this first. Okay. I don't have a designated spot for this on the layout. Oh god, where do I even put this? I'll put it right under commentators. Fits perfectly. There he is. There's my special guest for today. God, he is sound asleep. Wait, I gotta center this. Oh, look. Okay, there we go. There we go, much better. We'll leave that there. Castle did DM me not too long ago asking for or giving me the idea to make a layout for with a face cam on it. I guess if any restreamers or commentary wanted to use face cam, so I might do that. We'll see. I don't know where exactly to put it, but I could probably fit it somewhere. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I sort of left the links there because that's just a bunch of empty space. So I can find a workaround there. Alright, both runners into Chapter 1. Yeah, they are technically, they are already commands, I think. I think we have Discord and YouTube. I think. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, they're both already links. So I can figure something out with that. We also have a command for VODs, so because of the Twitch changes, I can't really highlight anything on this channel anymore. We're like right at the limit. But everything is on a special YouTube channel called SPM Community VODs. So if you'd like to catch any of our past broadcasts on YouTube, much easier to watch on YouTube with the playback, so they are on that channel. Yeah, I've been trying to keep up with uploading those as much as I can. I did both of Owen's runs yesterday and today. Got those up, hopefully. I think they uploaded. I don't know. Yeah, the chat replays, that's honestly something I was considering adding to the layout as well. Just because, like, that is really the main thing that's kind of lost to time with these VODs. I think it might be beneficial just to have, like, a chat replay on the screen. That way it's preserved some way. Alright, so both runners in 1-1. Talking to Bustovius. Obviously getting the 3D flip ability. I think so. Yeah, I think you're right, Emily. I don't exactly know how to do that, but I can probably look into it. Same with multi-streaming as well. I know it kind of been tossed around. I might do that, like, later in the tournament. I was not paying attention, actually. I would assume that Thime got the fire burst. I know Moonrise did. Yeah, I think both runners did. I'll actually switch to Thime's audio. Alright. So 1-1 grind coming up here. Fast Flower for Thimerosal. Gonna opt to just leave it for now. Moonrise got a, just a shroom. Moonrise got a Fire Burst drop. Might be able to get it. Yes, will. Nice. That's gonna be beneficial for room 21. Nice. Very nice grind for Thimerosal there. 37k. 36k for Moonrise. 2 great grinds. Very nicely done. Alright, 1-2. I believe we might... yes, I think Thime is on VC. I know Moonrise is on emulator. I think this is JP VC, unless it's JP Disc. But I noticed Thime was saving a really good time. Had a really good prologue, too. It was good mashing, but the loads were also pretty good. Okay, yeah. Oh, nice. That's good to hear. Yeah, English VC is honestly really nice. I think, like, my first run, I did English VC, which was nice because I had the loads. Today, I did JP Disc. Moonrise also setting up GBS. Thimerosal are gonna shop really quick. Has 14 coins, gonna get just a Shroom Shake there. Oh, okay, nice. Moonrise got over that. That part can be a little scary if you go too far. Thime also doing GBS. Setting up, I believe, might go for Dark Room. We'll see. Oh, nope. Might be going for Light Room. Moonrise got on the seam first try. Just one jump across, and very nice GBS. Very nicely done there by Moonrise. Alright, nice. Thime to the right of the house here. Gonna save and reset. And gonna go for Lightroom GBS. I believe this is the... unless Thime did this in their first match, this might be the first Lightroom of the tournament. I can't remember if we saw this yet. Okay. That's unfortunate, yeah. I did not mean to wake you up, I'm sorry. Alright. Our special guest is leaving. He is not happy that I woke him up. We'll see if he comes back. Alright, nice. Really nice 3 jump there by Moonrise. Unfortunately, clip back in bounds again. Yeah, that's a... So Lightroom's nice because you can actually see what's going on. Unfortunately, just there's kind of like a weird jump that you have to do. You have to stay out of bounds, but just jump behind the pipe. Sometimes you can clip back in bounds, and if you do, you have to reset. Thankfully, it doesn't take too long, just from the save block. Alright, so pushing up against the sign. Moonrise on the Chunks fight. This looks pretty good. Should be good for this fight. Nice, there we go. Tons of points from Moonrise. Nice ICS there. Yeah, it's a very, very difficult trick to pull off in a tournament setting. Moonrise going for blue pedestal, skip. Just trying to land on this seam. There we go. Nice. Down to 3 HP for Thimerosal. Does have the Shroom Shake. Okay, nice. On the seam. Gonna climb up, jump across. Very nicely done. And thankfully for Thimerosal, we'll probably get a level up here right at the start of 1-3, I believe. 58k for Moonrise into 1-4. That's really nice. Okay, yeah. Definitely gonna get... I don't know how much damage these enemies do. I think it probably won't matter. Okay, nice. There we go. Oh, Ice Storm drop. Nice. It's a nice pickup for the pit. That was a unfortunate fire bar RNG for Moonrise. Wasn't able to do the lock strat. Moonrise gonna show off the Z manipulation for key early, which I believe that's good. Nice. Yep, so that's relatively new, and that's actually faster than the other key early method by a couple seconds, I believe. Just very, very nicely done, yeah. So there is a Z manip that you can do in that room on the wall. I don't know exactly where it is. I'm not too familiar, but basically the main thing is just clearing out that one squiglet and then manipulating your Z position. You can basically push yourself far back enough to be able to use Thoreau, and Thoreau will just go through the brown blocks, and you can pick up the key that way. That was just very well executed by Moonrise. Oh. It's a good chunk setup. Should be good. Nice. Bunch of points as well. Two really good chunks fight there for both runners. Should be good for ICS. Nice. Very nice BPS. That was a good 1-3 for Thimerosal. Thimerosal going for the classic version of key early with the corner clip. Gets out of bounds, nice. Just has to jump into the left wall here. Should be good, just have to tap right. Very nicely done. Should get the key, I hope. Yeah, okay. I think got the key. Yeah, there we go. Moonrise setting up the 3D damage just to jump through Fractal's head. Nice. Gets the first flip strat lineup. Just a bit of a precise spot here on Fractal. Just want to be high up enough to be able to jump to the antenna. Nicely done. This has been a very, very clean start to the run from Moonrise. Yeah, the most precise part of the game, the Peach intermission. Enter 2, my favorite split. It's the hardest split in the run. I didn't save out of 1-4, yeah. Speaking of 1-4, Moonrise actually golded 1-4. At least I think. Yeah, I see what you mean, Emily. Yeah, the race setting is pretty interesting just because, like, or at least like the tournament matches, you know, obviously you can't reset or you're out. So if it's like something, it's really just like a mental challenge. If something goes wrong early, just being able to push through. I was thinking about this, I think earlier today or yesterday. This is actually I thought this was the first tournament I was in. It's actually not. But because the first tournament I joined was the first ever Pit Percent tournament that we ran back in like 2020, I think. It was like 5 years ago. But I did end up joining that one, and I played a couple matches in that. But I'm glad I'm back in it. It's honestly been pretty fun. It's just being able to play the game actively. Yeah, that's a fair point. You have to, like... It's kind of like a blend of, like, okay, I need to play, like, as fast as I possibly can, no matter what. But, obviously, yeah, like you said, can't lose your entire run to whatever it may be. Yeah, Teddy, I think you and Mohawk were the finals for that. So far I'm the only commentator. I am in the commentators channel, but yeah. I'll be restreaming this match. And then I mentioned we have another match in about like 2.5 hours from now. It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern, and that will be a round 1 match. Yes, round 1 match between Furus and Wheels. And then we also have a match on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern as well. That'll be Manta and Druz, and that's the last of our round 1 matches. And then we've already got a couple round 2 matches scheduled. Yeah, it's getting closer. Yeah, true. We do have a couple round 2 matches, some losers matches that have been scheduled, I believe, or close to being scheduled. So those will be happening within the next week. And then I might schedule with Castle soon, we'll see. I'll be playing Castle in round 3. That is I believe that's the first round 3 matchup that's been available. I might try to, I'll have to message Castle about it. I might try to leave it till next weekend. That way we can let the rest of the bracket catch up a little bit. Yeah, it's something I've noticed with, so obviously, past a certain point, let me check. I actually have everything written down, because it's kind of interesting to talk about. But basically, when you sign up for the tournament, I have on the forum to basically asking for your PB, and then I also do the best I possibly can to like track any PBs that you get from when you sign up to when I actually make the bracket and release it. So mostly everyone in the tournament has a time. A couple people PB'd. I think Emily jumped up the most amount of spots, just PBing a bunch during that week before the tournament started. But I believe the 5 were Bandite dropped out of the tournament, unfortunately, but Nintensive, Spartan Jr., Parodi, and Lightning King were the 4 runners that technically just didn't have a PB at the time of the bracket being released, but some of them do now, and some of them are actually, all those runners are really solid, could pull off an upset. But they're, obviously the seeding wise, they're all just in towards the end of the seeding for the tournament. Yeah, everyone's just PVing constantly. It's tough because once I finalize the seeds, like as soon as I release the bracket, the seeds are final. Pretty much, that's it. So I can't go back and change the seeding anymore. So it's pretty interesting. But last year's tournament, Moonrise was like a 10 seed? 10th, 11th, or 9, somewhere like, we had 20 people, it was somewhere in the middle, but by the end of it, Moonrise was in grand finals and improved their PB by so much. And this year they're 4th seed, I believe. It's pretty cool. I love seeing the PB progression throughout the tournament. Yeah, Justin's unrecorded run was interesting. I didn't realize that until after the bracket was made, because I was just going off of speedrun.com, so I had completely missed the message. Moonrise going for the damage boost strat. Very nice. Does get the 60k level up there. Gonna go for blue switch early. Takes damage, but should be fine. I think this will work. Yep. Very nice. Just pushing left a little bit. And going to hit the switch. Falls off to get the respawn. Very nicely done. Yeah, that is true, Teddy. I remember back in the first couple tournaments, I mean, everybody went to the shop, got a couple heal. I mean, people still go to the shop and get heals now, but yeah, could grab the HP plus, play things really, really safe. And just the level of pit percent has just increased so much. No, yeah, I've seen so many crazy lead changes. I mean, just this tournament alone, it's like truly, I do feel like, I mean, some leads you can say are like insurmountable if you play well to a certain point, but genuinely, I think like almost anything is like possible once you get to the pit, because it's just so luck based. Alright, so Moonrise does have Boomer, gonna be out, and should be entering the pit probably around like 38:30, I believe. Thimerosal gonna enter Chapter 2 here, just going in to get Boomer. Yeah, the match between Justin and Milton is still like actually incredible to me. Like that match is like, I just can't believe that I watched that happen. Just coming down to the final hits on Ractil. I think it's genuinely like the most competitive the tournament's ever been. Oh, Moonrise going for the 3D strat. It's a 3D midair flip. Nice. Not even gonna hit the switch. Gonna set up the out of bounds clip. And we're in the pit. Let's go. Nice. Very, very fast. Yeah, that mid-air 3D flip strat is really interesting. I don't particularly understand how it works that well. The other clip I do have a good understanding for. Just basically you're setting up Mario in a right position where you can just hold a diagonal direction and walk through the wall. That was just very well executed there from Moonrise. Thimerosal going for blue switch early as well. Gonna wait for the Piranha here. So with blue switch early, if you can take damage, but if you run into an enemy during invincibility frames, this should work. Nice. Yeah, if you run into an enemy with iframes, or if you turn around back and forth too much, your Z position can be manipulated, and unfortunately the out-of-bounds stuff won't work. Kevin does live. Shout out Kevin. So Moonrise. Couple rooms in, room 6, I believe. Does start out the pit with Boomer, because didn't need to switch to throw for the Boomer throw strat. Gotta love the sprung edge guarding there, but Moonrise played that really well. Nope, gets the key there for Moonrise. Thimerosal on the way to the pit. Should be there in about like 30-40 seconds. I guess I will give the recap in case you're watching for the first time. If you haven't watched the pit before, I know every time I restream I say the same thing, but it is good to know. Basically, pit percent, the main focal point of this category. Nice job by Thimerosal, first try there. But basically, there is a lot of RNG in the pit. There's a lot of luck-based things. Each room that you enter will have the same layout. You'll have the same type of enemies, same number of enemies. Which enemy has the key, though, is completely random. So you're going to see runners just take out as many enemies as possible. As fast as they possibly can. Any item drops are also random. The entry and exit door locations are both linked with one another. However, which one you get is completely random. And starting the pit, there are a lot more different variations. Like, I think upwards of like 15 different door variations per room. It's quite a few towards the start of the pit, but once you get to the end, there's a couple rooms that only have about maybe three or four. And then finally, enemy locations are also random, so like I mentioned, just dealing with a lot of RNG. Moonrise did get a horsetail drop there. Not going to pick it up. I think Moonrise is good on heals. Nice first key there for Thimerosal. Also at 60k. That is the next main thing to talk about, is obviously your points, your current level. Both runners are at 60k, so they'll be good for the early portion of the pit. Oh, was that a despawn? Oh, cool. I didn't even completely miss that. But yeah, basically, every time that you level up in this game, you will basically be fully healed, and either your attack will go up or your total max HP will go up by 5. So it'll just alternate back and forth. The next level up for both runners is a 90k level up. That'll be an HP level up, so we'll keep track of those. But it's a really good source just to get a heal throughout the pit. There's a good key there for Thimerosal. I'll do a quick room check for everybody. I think this will be another despawn. Yes, it will. Nice. So that's a despawn using that wall there, which is really neat. There's certain enemies that I don't think you can do the ceiling despawn method. Unfortunate, I believe this is the Koopa Troll. But speaking of despawn, you can also do below the ground despawn, just like that. It was really nice, very nicely done, honestly, from Moonrise. It was a quick 19, even though got the Koopa Troll. Moonrise in at 21. Thimerosal will be starting the 10s. Be going into room 11. Gets 4 on screen. Moonrise got the, I believe, a Fire Burst drop in early game. There's 6 spiked enemies here in this room, the Spinies. Pasta. Okay. Unfortunate last key there. This room just dealing with a bunch of boos. A couple Goombas as well. Nice. On intensive, if you're asking about the Koopa Troll despawn, if you have enough health, because I think it does like 2 or 3 damage each time you get hit, it's just basically grabbing the enemy with throw while Mario is falling to the ground, and just having enough downward momentum will clip the Koopa Troll like below the floor there. So if you have enough HP to spare and you do get Koopa Trolled, it's worth going for, maybe once or twice, but obviously do want to conserve your health a little bit. There's a great key there. Doors on the same side as our good buddy Charles. Yeah, it is, if you're only doing 2 damage to the Koopa Troll, I think it's like 7 hits with Boomer, so it's much faster if you get it first try. But obviously, you'll probably end up running into the Koopa Troll, take a little bit of damage. That was a great floor from Moonrise. I'll do another room check for both these runners. This will be 27 for Moonrise, just a bunch of squiglets everywhere. Gets a nice key. I have to go on the other side for the door. Room 16 here for Thimerosal. Moonrise got the 90k level up there. The Hammer Bros can be pretty annoying on this floor. That's a great floor there from Moonrise. Just a great layout. Into the 30s. Oh, great key as well. Love the first key tile rooms. This is honestly a great RNG with the enemy locations. I mean, all of them were on the left side there. First key there, room 19 for Thimerosal. Looks like the door is, yep, top left. Moonrise probably doing a lock jump here, nice. That door is in a pretty annoying spot. Basically, you're intended to go through the pipe to get to that door. However, the locks have like a 3D geometry to them, so you can land on them if you are far enough left in 3D. I think Moonrise might have been trying to do like a ceiling clip through the wall there, if I saw that correctly. Just to get to the other side, get to the top level there. Which would have been actually insane to pull off in a tournament match. I think that's what that was. It's just... I love watching Moonrise. I mean, just... some of the tech is just crazy. Yeah, I think trying to, was trying to, like, one frame pause on the ceiling, and then, do a, not an item slide, but I guess a, ceiling slide through the wall. Yes, absolutely. The boomerless and pixelless experience is definitely a real thing. Hot sauce drop, wow. That is big for, probably 86, if I had to guess. Could also be used, on 98. Alright, so room 25 for Thimerosal. And this will be room 39 for Moonrise. First Daisy room here for Thimerosal. And then I believe this is the first clubber room here from Moonrise. It's a nice setup here on the bottom floor. Bunch of clubbers. Does get the key from the squiglet. That was a very quick Koopa Striker kill. Oh. I think the door is top left. Yes, there we go. That's good. 44 has the bottom right is sort of caged off from everything else. Unfortunately, that's where the door is. Thimerosal talking to Flim, purchasing Fireburst. Gonna get another item. Might have wanted the Super Shroom Shake. I don't know if I had enough coins for it. Moonrise got a Keel Mango drop. And a first key in another Tyloid room. Wow. This will be a good point grind there for Thimerosal. Almost at the 90k. Just got it. It's a nice level up. Might go for the... Yep, gonna go for the lock strat here. That's another great key for Moonrise in a Clubber room. Wow. It's a great first key there for Thimerosal as well. Moonrise almost at room 50, the halfway mark through the pit. Does get a Flim spawn. I believe Moonrise is pretty content with the current set of items. And this will be room 35 for Thimerosal. There is like a point grind that you can do in this room, room 51. Moonrise is just going to opt to kill these enemies as normal. Moonrise is also very good on points currently, so probably didn't need to do any point grind. Gonna go for something here. Oh, I see what's happening. Moonrise gonna set up a 3D lock strat. Oh, almost got it. That would have been a very, very creative 3D lock strat. Obviously, that door was 2 levels up. Almost got it. I'm actually kind of surprised that didn't work. That looks like it should have been good. I've not seen that before, but yeah, that is creative. You can utilize the home menu. You see this in any percent sometimes, but basically, if you have one 3D meter bar left, if you home menu, you can take damage pretty much. Yeah, I did not know that was a thing till today. So that was trying to manipulate the home menu. And obviously, if you don't know, if you take damage in 3D while jumping towards a lock, you can actually open it that way. So that's what Moonrise was trying to do there, just open the door without having to take the pipe. Ooh, Thimerosal down to 5 HP there. Gonna use a heal. Next level up is 120k for Thimerosal. It'll be 160k for Moonrise. Both runners kind of both 20k points away from their respective level ups. Yeah, the minimum flips, I believe there's been a lot of A-presses that have been saved. I know Moonrise has been working on that for a little bit now. Unfortunately, just getting... These daisies can be really annoying, just hitting their projectiles while jumping into them. Thankfully, you don't get put to sleep, but you still do take the 2 damage. Almost got the Amazy Daisy key, but thankfully doesn't have to worry about it. So almost through the 50s here. Another hot sauce. Wow, okay. So Moonrise has 2 hot sauce drops, I believe. Got the squig key. So I believe could use a hot sauce on 86. Save the other one for 98. And that would work. Moonrise is on emulator. Oh, this Thimerosal stream paused like mid-flip. There we go. Thimerosal with a bunch of Tyloids all in the same spot here. Unfortunately, it is that red one, I believe. This is the last key. Unless there's another one. That was a good key there for Moonrise. 18-second room. So 46 and 64 for each respective runner. For Thimerosal, 46. Just that top row there, you want to kick the Koopa Shell. If you spawn on top, you can take care of all the enemies there. Didn't mention this specifically, but if you see any, like, dotted boxes around a certain enemy, they can flip into 3D along with you. And because there's no platforming in 3D, we can basically get them to fall to the ground, unless they have wings. Nice first key there from Moonrise. Unfortunately, with those enemies, sometimes, actually, oftentimes, the key will just fall through the floor because they sort of hover up and down. Down to 5 HP there for Thimerosal. Close, somewhat close to the 120k level up. This is just a tough room. You take 3 damage constantly. That was an unfortunate key there. I think that was the last key for Thimerosal, close to it. $49 for Thimerosal, and I believe I'll do a room check for Moonrise. Yeah, this will be 69, okay. This Koopa Strike room, unfortunately, it's just constant 5 HP if you get hit. Oh, there's a key. Very easy to accidentally despawn those guys as well. Thimerosal gonna set up that point grind strat I mentioned earlier. Got a first key, nice. Alright, so Moonrise into the last 30 floors here. Yeah, Moonrise is on pace. I'm keeping a close eye. Obviously the pit, you know, really comes down to the final couple rooms here, but I will let you know if what the pace is looking like. Okay, does get a first key there. Might go for Super Boomer, yep. Just a ton of Curseus here on the bottom floor. Nice. $97 is the hardest, absolutely. Oh, okay, got the key there. Tons of rough puffs. First key, wow. This might be bottom floor door. Yeah, bottom left, okay. Oof. Moonrise is going to use the heal. Close to about 8k away from the 200k level up. Nope. Unfortunately, those white boomboxers can do a lot of damage. I believe it's like 6 damage from their projectile. Gonna try to bait the Magiblast to spawn here. Should be hopefully all of them. Nice, there we go. Nice first key. Door on the bottom. Gonna be out. Very nicely done. Thimerosal, this Sproing is edge guarding once again. So 79. Thankfully, Moonrise did get to the 200k level up. First key, very nice. At 200k, you can do 10 damage to those enemies with Boomer. That saves a good amount of time. Looks like Moonrise is about 18 seconds behind on their current PB. Their current PB is like a 120.50. This is really good pace. Obviously, Will come down to the 80s. Does get the key here. I believe the door is on the top somewhere. Could be, yeah, just top center. There we go. Sometimes that door can be in the top right. More Magiblots here. The red Magiblots do 6 damage if you get hit by the projectile. They can be pretty dangerous. Does get the key pretty quick. This will probably come down to the middle stretch of the 80s, starting with 84. Just a bunch of rooms back to back that are very tough. That's a good 83 there. So into 84, obviously you're going to be looking for a Spania key here. That's unfortunate. Okay. Gonna be probably doing some out-of-bounds strats here. This is like pixelless, or excuse me, boomerless. This is boomerless strats. Trying to set up the out-of-bounds clips. Gets 1. Just needs to get 1 more like that. Nice. And then just has to get this guy out of bounds. Nice. There we go. Okay. So yeah, unfortunate key. Obviously, hate to have it in one of those slurps, but very nice backup there. Some cool boomerless tech. Just clipping those guys out of bounds. This room is a bunch of dark boos. A couple poison pokies. That can be really annoying. Moonrise does not have a heal, I believe. No, yes. Has the pasta. Forgot about the pasta, my bad. Alright, we're good to go. Good to go in 86. Thimerosal down to 7 HP. Might be using the hot sauce here, yep. Probably going for Super Boomer, yep. Oh, unfortunately missed it. Gonna get, like, maybe 1 more attempt with the hot sauce here. Okay. Unfortunately, the hot sauce just ran out there. There might have been another enemy at the end of the room. I don't totally recall. Unfortunately, no key. So, that is some unfortunate RNG. Yeah, just tough. It's one of these last 2 Koopa Trolls. I believe this is last key. You gotta love it. You gotta love 86. This is the room for a lot of runners. Thimerosal on to 65, does get a first key here. So room 89, this is why we keep the shell shock from Bastovius' house. Just able to wipe out a ton of head bonk Goombas and get a level up. Yeah, the POW block, honestly, really underrated item for the Koopa Trolls. I did not know that until I I think I learned it last year's tournament. But that is a very good item to use for the Koopa Trolls. So Moonrise in the last couple of rooms here, these are the 90s, going into 92. A lot of these rooms just get really annoying. Tons of ninjas, just get a first key. Trying to get to the door. Should be good, there we go. Room 69 for Thimerosal. Once again, these Koopa Strikers will do 5 damage. Nice, that's a good key. This room is being very annoying. Shoutouts to our good buddy Jerry. A very good key there. I think that's a pretty much a first key for Moonrise in 95. Love to see that. Thimerosal got the Super Boomer there. Unfortunately, it's this last one. Oh, there's one more. Okay. Gotta love the Cursias. 97 there from Moonrise. So gonna use the hot sauce. These guys just have to jump on them twice with the hot sauce. Should be able to get all of them. Yep, nice. Gets the power stake. Oh, there it is. I knew that's what Moonrise was trying to do earlier. That ceiling clip. Oh my goodness. That was so clean. That is so fast if you get that door spawn as well. Stellar moves. I don't believe, you know, now that you mention it, Lightning King, I don't believe we have seen an egg this match. I know I got one this morning, the match today. I've seen an egg in the last couple matches here, but so far, no egg yet. Yeah, this is going to be, I believe, like a very low 122, potentially like a 121 for Moonrise. Which is just such a great time to get in a tournament match. Like, Moonrise is just such a good player. The improvement, I mean, obviously improved just in the last tournament alone, getting to grand finals, but yeah, I think this is the best of the tournament so far by far. Oh, I'd have to check what Castle got. Because I didn't catch that match. But I believe 122, 121 should be easily one of the best of the tournament. Okay, nice. Thimerosal able to get that key there. Moonrise showing off the strat. Shouts out. Moonrise was the one who found the setup for this strat. Very nicely done. One more rack tail cycle. That might have honestly gotten the, we'll see what the final time is, but that might have been the, enough to get a 121. Alright, GG's. Thimerosal, got the Thunder Rage there, might already have one for 98. Okay, Castle got a 123, yeah, this will be the best time of the tournament so far. Huge GG's, Moonrise. Gonna be moving on to round 3. Yep, this will 121. This is probably a gold as well for Moonrise, I think. It was a really good segment. Nicely done, 121.52. That's a great time. Like I said, just such a great time to get in a tournament match. GG's. So Moonrise will be moving on to... Oh, life stream drop there for Thimerosal. Moonrise will be moving on to round 3. And Thimerosal not out of it yet. Going to be going into the loser bracket round 2, I believe, to play Lightning King. So we'll have that match here probably within the next week. Yep, GG's. Moonrise showing off the new strat for getting past or doing gate skip. No more Merlin House clip. Yeah, so this is the out of bounds strat for Boomerless and Pixeless now. Nice. So 85 here for Thimerosal, just dealing with a bunch of dark boos. There we go. Using the, actually got an extra Ice Storm drop there, so I'm gonna use the Ice Storm here. I believe we'll wipe out the Magic Koopas. Make these Koopa Trolls 2 hits. Moonrise going back into the pit. Dashel pit percent. Yeah, for sure. I can raid a ESA. Shoutouts to Jake. This should be fun. We will actually, we'll be back again in about, like, an hour and a half from now. It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern. And we will have another match tonight. It'll be a round 1 match between Furus and Wheels. Oh, Moonrise got it. There it is. Okay, but it's a it's a crash. That's what it was. Nice. I think that was the Thoreau door. Yeah, shoutouts. Shoutouts to the crash. And use a Shroom Shake. I believe Thimerosal has 2 Fire Bursts for Racktail. Oh no, Thimerosal's almost done. Thimerosal is just a couple rooms left. This is 92, I believe, going into 93. Gets the key in 95. Just a couple rooms left. I believe that's the last heal, unfortunately, but should be getting the 250k level up, definitely by room 99. going to type the pipe across here. I believe... should have an item. Yeah, Ice Storm. Extra Ice Storm left for these. The 75% chance, hopefully. That is unfortunate. Yeah, so these red chomps, if you don't have an item, don't have a hot sauce or anything, it will take 4 hits with Boomer. It's always nice to get a Thunder Rage or an Ice Storm drop. There we go. Alright, good to go. Get the key. And we are out of here. Should be about... looks like it'll be... I'm trying to tell the pace. I'm not the best at this. Should be like a 135, I think. 136. Nah, thankfully those, the Magiblot room at the end, those enemies give so many points. Yeah, you get like thousands of points, especially if you continue to bounce on a bunch of them in a row. You can get like upwards. I think somebody, there was a runner either today or yesterday that got like literally like 40,000 points just in the Magiblot room, which is crazy. It's the 3D strat there. Gonna use the fire bursts. If they're switching to Peach, they will have to be careful. Yeah, nice. Good call. Yep, doing it now. If you switch to Peach after Ragtail starts this spinning animation, there is a real chance, I don't know how much of a chance it is, but it's like, you can easily fall through Ragtail when switching characters here. So it's always important to switch to Peach as soon as possible, just before getting all the hits on the antenna. Okay, yeah, I figured it wasn't RNG, it's just based on the geometry there. Alright, one final float across. And that'll be GG's. Congratulations, Thimerosal. Obviously still not out of it yet. Double elimination tournament will be going to losers round 2 to face Lightning King, so we'll see that match pretty soon. And Moonrise will be waiting in round 3 for either Mantaplant, Druz, or Teddy. GG's. That is time. It'll be a 134.45 on Thimerosal's timer. So GG's. Alrighty. Well, like I mentioned, about an hour and a half from now, I will be back streaming once again, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we will be streaming another round 1 match. As mentioned, it'll be Furus and Wheels. That should be a lot of fun. And we'll have another restream tomorrow night at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And that'll be Mantiplant versus Druz. So we'll be wrapping up round 1. And then into the next week, we'll have a bunch more matches, a bunch of different rounds. So it should be a lot of fun. All right. Well, that is going to do it for us. I will raid ESA, if I can spell the channel name right. Shoutouts to Jake, who is doing a, I believe, a Paper Mario 64 run at ESA. In about 30 minutes. So yeah, see you guys later. Take care. And yeah, have a good one.